And we back. It feels like 7 months ago Damian Lillard requested a trade. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been dragging out. So today I decided that we're trading them to 3 different teams. This is a website called Fanspo where normal people like you and I can put together fake NBA trades. Majority of them, and I mean a great majority of them, are bad trades, and that's the fun part. But what you can do on their website is search the individual's name and see the most upvoted trades associated with that player. And since Dame's name has been on the market, he is the most trending player on the website. So whatever the top trade is, we're doing that trade whether or not we think it's a good or bad idea. And then we're gonna see what the second trade is and the third trade is, and do those trades as well and figure out what is the right home for Damian Lillard. Leave a like, subscribe, let's get into it. So sending Dame to the 305 is the most upvoted trade on the market. The Miami Heat get Damian Lillard, Vontae Graham, and 2 pick swaps, so they get the least favorable of the pick. The Trailblazers, who are trading arguably the greatest player in their franchise history, get a Kyle Lowry, Doug McDermott, and Nikola Jovic, and then they get 2 first-round picks from the Spurs, 2 first-round picks from the Heat, and 2 pick swaps from the Heat, and the Spurs get Tyler Hero. I don't think this is a great trade because the Spurs shouldn't have to give up 2 first-round picks for Tyler Hero. Now, these are not their own picks. It's the Charlotte Hornets pick and the Atlanta Hawks pick, and I think the Hornets pick has some type of protection on it, so maybe it's not as valuable. This trade isn't amazing, but it is the most upvoted trade, so that is the one we're going to do. So, of course, this takes place in the current universe, so we do have the top draft picks. Some of these players have, like, genuine face scans. I mean, that's not... that's not Wemby's face, but it's somebody's face. Like, the Thompson twist, it's kind of Zion in the face, but not... Is this 2K's real scan of these rookies? I don't even know. All right, so let's go pull off the straight, though. In the game of 2K, we can't go all the way out to 2030 or even 2028. So we're just going to have to settle for this for the time being. The Spurs pick repertoire is crazy. So we throw this pick in and then this pick in, and this is the trade that this person drew up. Everybody accepts, and just like that, the Miami Heat have acquired Damian Lillard. Now we're going to simulate a few seasons to kind of see how it goes, but the new star lineup is potentially Dame, Josh Richardson back, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin / Kevin Love, and then Bam Adebayo. The team went to the finals last year. Now they added Damian Lillard. That seems like a dub. Now they did lose some things to the Cleveland Cavaliers and Max Strus and the LA Lakers with Gabe Vincent. But hey, now that trade has happened, losing all ties to every single organization, we sim a couple seasons and figure out what the success is like for not just Dame, but also for the Spurs and also for the Blazers, who are part of the trade. So let's sim. Trae Young won MVP in this first season. All right. Oh, Brandon Miller wins Rookie of the Year. Wasn't even School Henderson. They said he was a reach at 2. Tyus Jones wins 6th Man of the Year. Evan Mobley DPOY. Evan Mobley most improved as well. Quinn Snyder wins Coach of the Year. Executive of the Year goes to Bernie Smith. Did we see Damian Lillard or anybody Miami Heat adjacent make an All-NBA team? The answer is no, but Wemby did as a rook. It's not about him. We dropped a video about him yesterday. This is about Damian Lillard. Did the Miami Heat do the thing? They are the 3 seed. Okay. We, as a Portland Trailblazers, a 30-win team. And then if we take a look at the Spurs, a 38-win team. So the Spurs kind of look nice with Tyler Hero on the team. And he averaged 22, a career high. And yeah, this is not a bad starting lineup by any means. Devin Vassell is coming off the bench. This is actually a decent team. And they weren't good enough to make the playoffs, but in due time. They're in the tied for the play-in, but they lost 4 in a row. And that is the reason why they're not in that tough break. But the Miami Heat definitely are. Damian Lillard in his first season averages 27, 8, and 4 on 50, 40, 90 splits. Dame is looking good. They traded for Jackson Hayes because he was a Laker to start the season. Is that trading Kevin Love? That's what it looks like. Looks like they traded Kevin Love. Bam averages 18, 9, and 4. But will they be good enough to win the championship? Because that's why you make that deal. Again, we're giving it a few seasons. So if you don't win it this year, then maybe next year's the year. And they might not even make it out of the first round. They're going against this super young Orlando Magic team. Like, look at that team. That team is extremely young. Oh, I'm sorry. Kevin Love is still on the roster. So who did they trade to get Jackson Hayes? It's not extremely relevant, but I don't know the answer to. We do have a Game 7. So let's see what that Game 7 looks like. And the Florida matchup, we got 2 Floridian teams going against each other. Miami has a significant lead right now, but the Magic fight back, but they almost did the thing in the fourth quarter. They put up almost 40, but Dame had to bye-bye somebody, and they are in the second round to go against the Boston Celtics. And in this, they're up 3-2 against the C's. And the C's force a game 7. Miami don't like it easy. They got to make sure that they get game 7s to keep people on their toes. I don't know if they win in this one. The Boston Celtics have dominated every quarter into that third, and they lost by 30 in a game 7. Tatum gave them 40. Dame had a good game. Jimmy only took 12 shots but had a double-double. They just didn't have enough. That's okay. They got a few years to put it all together. The Celtics versus the Warriors in the finals again. This time around, the Warriors do the thing, and they win. This is the first year with Chris Paul in the roster. They also brought in Christian Wood. He's sitting out there currently as I'm recording this video. And they traded for Miles Bridges, which means that the Charlotte Hornets are going to have Draymond Green. And there he is. Well, the simulation is already kind of crazy. I'm here for crazy, though. I'm definitely here for crazy. All right, lottery odds. The Spurs and the Trailblazers both have stakes here. Let's see exactly what happened. The Blazers get the first pick, and it was a part of the trade. That Charlotte pick. That Charlotte pick is OD. The Blazers, this is why 2K sucks. I'm not going to make the change now, but in real life, that Blazers pick is lottery protected. So it's saying number 7 is going to the Bulls. In real life, that wouldn't be the case because it's lottery protected. That's all I'm saying. But luckily for them, they got the first overall pick. So I'm not even tripping about number 7, even though number 7 is going to be the thing, even though I'm assuming that first overall pick is not legitimate either. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the vibes. That's all I can tell you. And they draft a shooting guard. They already have a bunch of guards. But I understand why you drafted him. He's an 82 overall. That is the type of player that you don't pass up on, especially if the second overall pick is a 71. I didn't even look to see what Scoot's rookie season looked like. I kind of forgot, but I guess we could do that right now once we go to this player progression. Lillard, Bam, and Jimmy are all dropping already, and they brought in Jalen Noel. Okay. But other than that, this is a rough team. How many hockey can you save them? Because they look like they need some help. Wemby is already in the 90 overall club, and Tyler Hero jumped up too as well. Again, this team don't look too terrible. They might make a playoff push actually this year. And then our team sees Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot both jump. I mean, the top 4 players on this team are guards. They got to make a decision. Shaedon Sharpe shot Tennessee extremely low, and Scoot had a really solid rookie season. The simulation is turned into the Wemby show because he just won an MVP award. Oh, and then the number 1 overall pick won Rookie of the Year. So, hey, Trailblazers fans, you're looking and feeling good, even though you won a total of like 12 games on the season. Like, no exaggeration, it was really, really bad. It was 28 games. So, okay, maybe not as bad as what I was thinking. The Spurs, look at that. Tyler Hero averages about the same numbers as last season, but they're as high as the 3 seed right now. I mean, of course, Wemby definitely helps that as him blossoming into the the MVP of the league. And the Miami Heat are a playing team. Oh, Dame, I know you desperately want to go to the Heat, but the way it is going right now, going to the Heat might not be the move. You are in the playoffs officially, though. You made it out the play-in. And you're going against Trae Young, who won an MVP. DeJounte Murray, who has not done that. I think this Heat experiment is going to end in badness when it comes to 2K. Because 2K don't know how to get the exterior players to work. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to make the decisions to trade Kevin Love and package him with another player to go get somebody that can help right now. Jaylen Brown versus Anthony Edwards, and Jaylen Brown and the Celtics win. I think that's enough for my experiment with the Miami Heat. Let's go on to trade number 2. I'm going to say the Miami Heat trade, according to 2K, is a fail. As all y'all know, Damian Lillard has said he only wants to go to one team. So every single other trade we do out of here is basically against Damian Lillard's wishes. I do not care. This is 2K, and we're going to have fun. So with that being said, let me introduce you to trade number 2, which sends Damian Lillard back to Utah. And I say back to Utah because he played at Weber State, which I'm pretty sure is in the the state of Utah. They get back Colin Sexton, Kelly Olynyk, THT, Bryce Sensabaugh, and 4 first-round picks. This is mostly a pick trade, right? You're not getting anything of significant value as far as players go, even though Sexton and all of these players can hoop. You're giving up Damian Lillard. And according to this, if you make this trade, the Jazz only gain 2 wins, while the Blazers only lose 2 wins. I find that hard to believe, but let's see what 2K thinks. Look at the team. Not bad, bro. Not bad. Is it a championship contender? It's more well-rounded than the Miami Heat one. Because the Heat one was just top 3 talent players and then a bunch of 2K Dookie players. I mean, this team looks solid. We know Larry Marketing was an all-star. They just traded for John Collins. Don't ask me how Luke Kennard got on the team. I don't control it no more. Walker Kessler was a ROY finalist. And then they got some stuff, bro. They got some stuff. We just got to have Dame progress with somebody, these young dudes. Just one more year, Dame. Just one more year, and then maybe y'all a contender. The way this is starting, I don't know if they're gonna even make the playoffs this first year, man. Is Larry Marketing not living up to the second year hype? I mean, he's all right. He's not shooting it as good. He's still averaging 20. Man, Dame fouled out in 18 minutes. He's only averaging 20 himself. Uh-oh. Did Dame fall off that fast? You trade him immediately. He's no longer a 25 point per game scorer no more. He's dropped down to 22. I guess it's not a big drop, but it's a drop. Oh, guys, that's cool to see. Well, we got DPOY. Who has won DPOY on one of the worst teams in the league? I'm guessing Walker Kessler might be the first because 33 wins is all this team got. Just 33. Dame averaged on the season 23 points per. Lowry only averaged 16. I'm sure they just got his shot tendency really low or something. Nope. His shot tendency is not bad. He just didn't do it. I don't understand. 13 shot attempts per game is pretty low for somebody that has this type of shot tendency. It didn't work out. Larry Marketing hit that second All-Star jump. John Collins didn't improve his play whatsoever, and the team was just very, very mid. But hey, they got the DPOY. And if you want to know about the other team that was associated in this trade, 35 wins. We were worse than... We traded for Dame and was worse than the team that traded for him or traded him away. All 3 of the guards are playing together, which is kind of cool. I must admit, that is kind of cool. They're better than we are, and we have Dame. We traded 4 first-round picks to get Dame on the roster this season just for the team that we... Oh, man, this is rough. This is rough, but that's okay. That's completely okay because next year is the year, is what I'm going to tell myself because that's the last year we got of this. Year 2 is more the same. But like Ochai Agbaji and Keontae George are better players. Trent Crawford has followed Damian Lillard over to the Utah Jazz. Jason Taylor Hendricks, who played not a lot in his last. Oh, he played 20 minutes per. Why did I not think he played much? Okay, because he only played 26 games. Okay, so he didn't play much his rookie season, but now he's actually a part of the rotation, and maybe there's a turnaround there, and they lose the first game of the year. Larry Marketing doesn't... What world is Larry Marketing ending a game with 0 3-point attempts? Okay, there we go. That's way more like him. 0 3-point attempts in any game for a guy like Larry Marketing is OD. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the Damian Lillard experience, it's not going the way they wanted it to. We give it the year. Maybe they can have a playoff berth. But so far, who's won this trade? The Blazers have. They had a better record than us last year. So the game crashed. I will fill you in what you were missing. The team, and there was no save foul. They were 3-20. 3-20. Trust me. They were 3-20, and things were awful in Utah. So I'm gonna call it. They were not gonna make the playoffs. The Miami Heat experiment was better. And that's saying something because the Heat only made it to the second round of the playoffs. At least they made it. The Utah Jazz didn't make the playoffs for 1, and they started off the season 3-20. We're going to the third and final trade of the video. This one is super ambitious and super unrealistic. The Clippers walk out of here with Malcolm Brogdon, a guy that they tried to trade for a couple weeks ago, but it fell through, part of the Porzingis trade. The Celtics end up with Damian Lillard, and the Blazers get Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Robert Williams, and Al Horford. Ooh, both of them? That's a little sketch because now it's just Porzingis as your bigs over there. A 2024 first round pick, a 2026, a 2028 from the Clippers top 5 protected, and a 2030 first round pick. Of all of the trades, this one is the most unrealistic one, I would say, and that's saying something. but it was also highly upvoted. So like I said, if it's highly upvoted, we will do the trade. So I'll be back. With this trade, the Clippers have Malcolm Brogdon, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Nicholas Batum, and Zubac. And off the bench, they'd have Russell Westbrook, K. Martin Jr., Plumlee, Bones Highland, and Norm Powell. That is a really good, adequate team. And Terrence Mann don't even get PT in this universe. That's how deep and good that team is. Now, Batum at a 73 probably shouldn't be starting over some other people, because I see there's a world where Kawhi can run the floor and you can bring Kmart Jr., Russell Westbrook, or Norman Powell to the starting lineup. Regardless, it's not my team. I ain't in control, but that is what they think could potentially look like. The Celtics signed Boogie. You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm helping everybody out. Tatum is going to the 4. Brown is going to the 3. Porzingis is going to the 5, and then Derek White is going to start. How does Luke Kennard keep following every single team we construct? I don't know. I don't know why he's following us. I guess I'm not complaining. He's a good player, but it's just different. That's all. It's just different. So this is what the new lineup looks like. It's Lillard, it's White, it's Brown, it's Tatum, it's Porzingis. It's actually pretty good. I think 2K Simulation is going to have that team win 55 games. And the new lineup here is Westbrook, Brogdon, George, Leonard, and then Zoo. I think that I like that better without Batum being in the lineup. And if you're wondering about the Blazers, this is it. I'll make it so that they... Oh my God, Jeremy Grant doesn't start. Nah, Al Horford got to come off the bench. You didn't pay this man $160 million to not start. So he's got it. He's got to at least be in there. All right, let's simulate this first season. All right, this might be the surprise of the video. Scoot Henderson wins Rookie of the Year. All right. Is that foreshadowing? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Jason Tatum makes an All-NBA team, but he has a broken wrist for the first week or two of the playoffs. Is that going to hurt him? Only time will tell. The Blazers are a 5-seeded team right now. The Clippers are in the play-in. Are they going to make it? First of all, let's simulate the play-in. Are they going to make it? The answer is no. They don't. The Clippers don't even make it, and the Trailblazers do. This is a happy ending. This is a higher seed than the real Blazers had with Dame last season. Anthony Simons is injured at the moment for 4 to 6 weeks, but regardless, Scoot was a dog. Jeremy Grant wasn't bad. He shot 50% from the field, it says. And then Shaedon Sharpe was good, and this team had defense, I'm assuming, because Robert Williams and then Big Al Horford, who I don't see, which means that they traded him for Norman Powell. So that's interesting. That is extremely interesting. So that means that the Clippers are going to have him? The answer is, yep. That's an interesting trade. Now, they don't need more guard play here in Portland. I mean, they have all of the guards. Every single one of them is on the team right now. But either way, the Boston Celtics, I mean, like I said, Dame is doing never mind. I mean, it's 50, 40, 90. I guess that's fine. Dame don't be scoring like he should. Jaylen Brown was cool. Tatum is injured. Porzingis is upset with his touches. But hell, Porzingis, you got 3 All-NBA players on your team. There's so much you can do. Kelly Oubre signed on a 1-year deal to try to get himself a ring. Derrick Jones Jr. signed on a 2-year deal. Boogie's on the team. I think I mentioned that earlier. And then they ended up being the 4 seed. So even they weren't that great. I mean, the Blazers won 44 games. Let's see where exactly the Celtics ended up. The Celtics won 48. So our Blazers, this young team, ragtag group of players, was just 4 games worse than the Celtics, who went all in. And the C's are down 3-2 to the Miami Heat. They get a game 7. They get a game 7, y'all. Will they have? Tatum is back. That starting lineup is stacked, bro. It's stacked. Now, if they don't win this, then they have failed as an organization. The Miami Heat are the Heat, but it's the 2K Heat. It's not the real-life Heat. The real-life Heat have a chance. The 2K Heat shouldn't. And just like that, they don't. All right, so we do get out of that to see the second-round appearance. And in this game 7, Dame was all right. Jaylen Brown was better. You know, Jaylen Brown was better. Boogie was good in his 18 minutes. I see you, Boog. But now they're going against the 1-seed Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks get a lot of love in these games, and they traded for Draymond Green. Draymond Green cannot stay a Warrior in any of these universes. He just can't. And the more I think about it, that trade is potentially really good. It's Bogdanovich in a second to get Draymond, and Draymond helped them be the help them be the 1 seed, and help them get to the conference finals. That's a really, really good trade for them. They're 1 game away from being in the finals. It is going to go game 7, which they lose. But the fact that they were even there is ridiculous. Donovan Mitchell just turned into a whole different beast in that game 7. But Draymond really helped them get all the way to the conference finals. Now it is Ja versus Mitchell, and Mitchell sweeps Ja. I'm sorry, DG sweeps Ja. And just like that, year number 1 is over with. Was it a success? Was it a failure? I mean, you tell me. They get another year under their belts, and we saw in the last 2 simulations that Damian Lillard starts to regress pretty early on. But luckily, Tatum and Brown are both young, that they probably are progressing, so it all's gonna look good, I think, maybe. So progression from Tatum, nothing from Brown, and then yeah, Dame drops 3, which is a ton, and the rest of the team is Porzingis is gone. Porzingis signed an extension, like a 2-year extension, if I'm not mistaken, in real life, but now this team looks awful because Jaylen Brown got all of his money. Dame, of course, has all of his money, and Tatum is on the max. And then Derek White is making about 20. So the rest of the state, they missed their window. They missed their window. The Clippers also looks like they missed their window because everybody's regressing like crazy, including Big Al Horford. And then all of that, the team that looks like they gonna reign supreme is gonna be this one because they don't look as bad. They just don't. Norman Powell's getting worse, but other than that, Scoot only jumped up 2, which is surprising. But that's going to be the team. We're going to give it another year, but that's going to be the team. And what we're finding out today, in the world of 2K, there's no Damian Lillard trade that makes sense. It's just not one, because they just have him getting so much worse after that first season, which I guess it could be realistic. I believe that Dame is just going to be a stud for a very long time. But maybe the Blazers take a step back here because they were the 4th seed last year. In the first 3 weeks of the season, they're sub 500. Were any of the 3 teams successful? We're about to find out right here, right now. LaMelo won Most Improved Player and an MVP award. Were they successful? A fall from grace from the Blazers, who missed the playoffs completely. I'm sorry, no, play-in team. Can they make the actual playoffs? The answer is they're 1 game away from doing it, and they do. All right. Don't want you to look at that. The Celtics missed the playoff. They missed it completely. The Clippers missed it completely. The Celtics missed it completely. And now the Blazers are the long-standing team. They traded for Michael Porter Jr. throughout the season. And that trade looked like Robert Williams getting traded to back up Jokic. I mean, I guess that's something. What we found out in today's video is there is no good Damian Lillard trade in the world of 2K. That no matter where he gets traded, they're going to be unsuccessful. They just are, man. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. And we can come back tomorrow and do something different. I'll see y'all then.